8 years later, taxpayers are still paying for the Olympics that never happened in Chicago. This is the old site of the Reese Hospital, intended to be the Olympic Village. As Investigator Brad Edwards reports, you're still paying for it.
Would this be the greatest albatross of the bid?
Well, it's the most significant financial hangover from the bid.
And this hangover has lasted 8 years and cost taxpayers $50 million so far. The old Reese Hospital site, 38 acres in Bronzeville. It was to be the billion-dollar Olympic Village, part of then Mayor Richard M. Daley's ambition to host the 2016 Games. The purchase was green-lighted by a city council that included then Alderman Tony Preckwinkle.
I think it's a great deal for the city as a whole. It provides an opportunity, whether we get the Olympics, to develop that beautiful parcel.
Once they lost the bid, that's when the city had a problem.
8 years later. So what's it worth? Who knows? It hasn't been appraised in a decade. In the red-hot real estate market of 2007, one appraisal said it was worth $72 million. That's roughly what the city still owes on the property, despite paying more than $50 million, mostly interest on the loan.
It is a significant cost for which they should work to get out from underneath.
And they're trying. The city has solicited bids from developers.
I often say that I'm a son of the soil.
Pastor Chris Harris grew up in Dearborn Homes, within view of the old hospital.
And we've been talking about it, saying, what do we want there?
And Pastor Harris is determined what's been a decade-long bust for Chicago should be a boon for Bronzeville.
I've heard that some of the developers that are interested, they are already saying we want to talk to the community. And that's the right approach, because that doesn't always happen. But in Bronzeville, we're going to make sure that it happens.
And the site's future may be known soon. The city is expected to pick a developer by April 6th. Mayor Rahm Emanuel's team worked successfully to refinance the loan, one inherited by his administration, and they were able to refinance it to save millions. That said, another Reese payment is due March 31st, $785,000, and that is all interest.
It is so hard to get ahead when you're paying just interest on something.
Well, I mean, they're paying just interest, still owe probably $72.8 million, not even worth that in the highest of times. And they got to get it back on the rolls. You got to start making some tax money off of that. That's what the pros say.
And the old hospital building is still intact.
It's still there. Needs to be demolished. A lot to be done.
All right. Thanks, Brad.